Welcome to the full day of eating, 3 weeks and 5 days out from my OCB Men's Physique show and 8 weeks and 4 days out from my Classic Physique NPC debut. We woke up this morning at around 7:50 a.m. I went ahead and did 45 minutes of fasted cardio and then practiced my posing for 4 cycles of like 15 minutes total. And then obviously recorded some videos for you guys already. The first thing I do whenever I wake up is drink my fasted drink, which is essentially just 10 grams of glutamine, my 10 grams of creatine. I also do 2 scoops of lion's mane from EcoVision. And then with that as well, I make sure to be taking 2 scoops of electrolytes, which is EcoLife from EcoVision. By the way, any of these supplements I use are only from EcoVision. You can use code FONTS to save yourself some money at checkout. But right now it is time for my first meal at roughly around 10 a.m., which is going to be 120 grams of sweet potatoes. And then with that as well, 3 eggs. And then just to add a little bit of flavor, we have a bunch of these Joey Swole low calorie sauce, which have low-key been saving my cut. And so I love the hot honey sriracha. A serving of this is like 10 calories. I realistically don't even use a full serving, so it's only like 5 extra calories. Steps right now at around 18,000, but realistically I've been getting 19 to 20 just because I like to push myself. I have been journaling every single lift, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit. And then today we're gonna be hitting leg day. So typically I train more in the afternoon time, but on leg days I do like going right after my second meal. So I'll be eating my pre-workout meal after this just because I have a little bit more energy, and leg days are very taxing for me right now, especially getting into that 7% body fat range. I wanna make sure to, not get out earlier in the day. For my first meal, let's cook up 3 eggs and the 120 grams of sweet potatoes. And then what I have been doing as well, because I am on a fixed meal plan, is I have been literally meal prepping everything on Sundays. So as you guys can see, I have all of my meals right here. They're all labeled as well. So like meal 3, serving sizes and whatnot. And then, obviously because you don't want meals to go bad, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's meals, I already have them in the freezer. And what I'll do is, so I have 2 meals right there. And I have another meals on my mini fridge in my room. I'll just take them out and then put them in the regular fridge the day before, so they're already ready to go for the day after. But yeah, all right, so here you have the first meal of the day. We got the 120 grams of sweet potatoes, the 3 eggs. And honestly, bro, this is pretty good. In regards to cravings and food, like I don't even think about it that much. I just understand food is fuel, right? And I don't even have that bad of cravings. I mean, sometimes, but I really am not a person to like binge or overeat, overindulge or anything like that. I understand I have a goal, I have a mission. And honestly, cheating would do so bad and like negative side effects to my mindset in general that it's not even a possibility. So yeah, we're gonna be slamming this meal right now. I really don't care about taste or anything like that. I mean, low calorie condiments go a long way. Let's eat this first meal and then I'll catch you. Here are all the capsules / supplements I currently take in the morning. So I take EcoVision's Omega 3. I actually do take 2. And then I take 1 serving size of D3 and K2. I take as well some of our multivitamins. This is just gonna give you all the micronutrients you need to be your healthiest. Diet, I already get pretty much everything I need. I make sure I'm taking 1 serving size of this multivitamin. I'm a huge fan of nootropics, mushrooms and stuff like that. So I also take this ultimate mushroom complex, tail extract, cordyceps extract. It's just a mushroom blend. I personally love that kind of stuff. Serving size of magnesium glycinate. I take 1 serving size of magnesium threonate with my pre-workout, which today we're going to be doing a serving size of OB Mix. I really love Project Mass as well. These 2 right here are my go-to pre's. Optimal is EcoVision's highest end, but it has a supplement called Oriogenesis, which I cannot test for whenever you're competing as a natural. For some reason, that's Wataband. I don't necessarily know why. It's literally a supplement that gives you a good focus. It's a nootropic. And I also do some glycerol if I'm looking for an extra pump. And I also take EAAs every single day as a intra workout. Essential amino acids. This is just going to stimulate protein synthesis while you're working out. Also gives a nice flavor, and 10 grams of protein, 30 calories per scoop. But that's pretty much all these supplements I'm currently taking right now. It is currently around 12:50, and I was going to go to the gym right after that first one like I mentioned, but it is very sunny outside. So I figured, you know what? I'm kind of feeling to do a Bible study in the sun and then actually get some reading doing. So right now we're going to be eating meal 2. Alright, so for my second meal, we have 100 grams of jasmine rice, 120 grams of Atlantic salmon, and 150 grams of asparagus. I'm going to be adding some 0-calorie Frank sauce just to add a little bit of taste in there, and then we're washing that out with some water. And also I have a cup of coffee to get me dialed in so I can get my book reading after this. I try not to go over 500 to 600 milligrams of caffeine a day, and I also did kind of limit myself to like 1 to 2 diet sodas a day, simply because I've really been getting like deep into like studying bodybuilding and whatnot, which I'll get later in this video on like me journaling my lifts. I've been growing a huge obsession with bodybuilding throughout this prep, studying, the golden era, the 2000s bodybuilders, 2010s, all the Olympians, the open guys, all this stuff. My current 5 favorite bodybuilders: Frank Zane, Mike Benser, Dorian Yates for sure, Jay Cutler, love that guy. And then Ramon Dino, of course, is in there as well. And then Kevin Levrone. Those are like my favorite ones of all time. I love their story, their mindset, the motivation they give. And I've just been absolutely dialed in the gym. Believe it or not, even though I've been through this cut and I'm getting very low on body fat and energy, whenever I'm in the gym, something just flips. And it's like, right now, I'm not regressing on any of my lifts. Some days I even do knock out a couple extra reps and get even stronger, just a tiny bit. And so I'm very excited for this upcoming off season to really be able to nail down all these variables, as I am as disciplined right now and driven on the off season, actually getting more food in. But let's knock out this meal and finish. We're on the last few episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and I don't think I'll be starting an anime. Because I really want to be able to prioritize. Like, I just got done with some schoolwork as well. I'm doing online school, as you guys know, but I'm only taking 2 classes right now, so it's very easy. And then my coaching spots, I had just capped it out. I'm 20 clients on the Fonts coaching right now, and then obviously focusing on prep and social media. So time for my pre-workout meal, which arguably is my favorite meal of the day. We have 95 grams of the apple pie elevate flavor, and then we have 25 grams of EcoVision Cinnamon Toast Crunch protein powder, and then 120 grams of frozen blueberries. This right here tastes absolutely amazing. I mean, I leave it in the fridge, it's cold, it's like a little dessert. It hits. Now I eat this around 45 minutes to an hour before my workout. It is leg day. It is something that's very fatiguing, very taxing for me. So I make sure to eat this like 45 minutes. So I'm gonna eat this, chill for like 25-30 minutes, finish watching some Hunter x Hunter, and then head to the gym. Before I do that, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the notebook I was talking about. So some of you guys saw me post this on my TikTok and Instagram, but essentially every single day for prep, I have been documenting everything for my lifts. So here I write pull date, what my weigh-in was, how many days out I am, how many weeks out I am from either one of my shows. I write what my sleep was, what my sleep score was, because I do have a Fitbit. It tracks my steps, it tracks how my sleep was. And then I also track my workouts, if I did my posing that I had to, and if I took a nap, or like if I did any accessory work like forearms, calves, abs, anything like that. I am tracking absolutely everything to a T. So as you guys can see, I have everything written down. I've actually been progressing on some things, which is quite amazing. I've really been writing, oh, this is what I ate pre-workout meal. If I change something, this is how, this was the timing before I ate it, to really make sure, I bring my best package. I posted on my Instagram the other day, whenever it comes to my approach to, hey, do I think I'm going to win my shows? Am I expecting to win? I expect to bring the absolute best package of myself. I understand that natural bodybuilding is a longevity game. I am 18 years old, and one thing I cannot buy is muscle maturity. I can come in with the best conditioning, best posing, but if a guy comes in matching me on all those aspects, and he's 30 years old and has 20 pounds of lean mass on me, there's unfortunately just nothing I can do. So at the end of the day, of course I want to win. Of course I'm coming from that #1 place in both of my shows, but I want to be able to go to bed knowing, hey, I gave him my all, I tracked my all, and I did my absolute best. So I'm taking it the next step. I am becoming very extra with this, and doing so, I have become absolutely obsessed with the process. I know bodybuilding is my absolute passion, staying natural for as long as possible, but I understand that if I want to go, the next step, which I do intend in the future, I do eventually have to consider hopping on, which I definitely will. But that is something that I'm only going to even think about, after like 5 to 7 years from now. So maybe whenever I'm like 23, 24 years old. Up until that point, I want to show you guys how far you can take it being a natural with good genetics, but not only that, with hard work, consistency, and grit. I'm taking this off season. I am so excited to grow and show you guys how much you can truly push as a natural, because if right now it's 6-7% body fat, I'm already, doing really well, staying dialed in. I can only imagine whenever I can actually eat and actually, you know, be fueling my body with what it needs to grow, especially me being 18 years old. I'm just very excited for the future to come. With that, also been, you know, taking a lot of time. Yes, I've been watching anime. I've been reading a lot of books. I saw Sebum post this book. He mentioned it on a podcast. He said it was really good. It helped his mindset a lot, which is becoming absolutely unstoppable and being a relentless mindset. And so I went ahead and bought it. It just arrived 6 days ago, and I am on the last few pages of the book. On prep, I've been reading a book a week or every 10 days. Keeps my mind off of food. It keeps me productive, and I'm always eager to learn. You know, especially in the sport of bodybuilding, how do you learn? You learn from the greatest, you learn from the best, and it's most of the time all mindset. So I'm really making sure I'm hammering that down. The next book I'm going to read. So I love books about finance, negotiation, sales, and whatnot, but right now in my prep, I really want to work on my mindset. So the book I'm reading after that is the David Goggins book. I've heard this one is an absolute killer for making a absolute weapon of a mindset, because your brain is your best asset, so use it wisely. Now, with that being said, there is no better way to learn about bodybuilding than learning from the greats. So, what are my favorite bodybuilders? Mike Menser, Frank Zane. A lot of people say my physique resembles his, which, you know, I think is really cool. I do think our vacuums are pretty similar. It's just a matter of, again, me filling out. I'm 18 years old. Jay Cutler, absolute dog. Love his physique. Love his mindset. Very motivational. Kevin Levrone as well. These guys right here, absolutely love the physiques, underdog stories, entire mindset behind it, you know, science behind the training. These guys are really legit. And then I also love, which I'm going to attach to my notebook, Dorian Yates, his mindset, his physique, his back, his posing. Bro, this guy right here motivates me like insanely. Also Ramon Dino, I absolutely love him. Obviously I'm a little bit biased because I am Brazilian, but I'm making sure, you know, I'm just putting these guys in my notebook. I look over it whenever I'm working out, whenever I need some extra motivation, whenever I don't, you know, necessarily want to be at the gym and feeling tired. And I'm also, you know, getting to know more about their story, their mindset behind things, how they approach certain things, their training, their posing, everything like that. So I can become the absolute best bodybuilder and version of myself by taking, you know, the little things from all these guys that I look up to. That being said, we're going to finish this pre-workout meal, watch some anime. I'm also going to be writing some notes down on my notebook that I do all my Bible studies in. I'm going over Proverbs right now, and then we're going to head to the gym, hit an absolute solid leg day, and then after that, I will catch you guys for the post-workout meal. All right, so we just absolutely killed legs, and now we're going to be eating the post-workout meal of the day. We have 150 grams of broccoli, and then we have 150 grams of tilapia, and then a little bit of 0-calorie Frank sauce. This is our fourth meal, and then I will get back to you guys eating my last meal. I'm just finishing up the last episode of Hunter x Hunter. Rest in peace, that season and the entire show. It was an absolute 10 out of 10 anime, and yeah, I'm gonna eat this, finish watching the last episode, and then edit some videos for you guys. I'll catch y'all in my last meal. Alright, so for my last meal of the day, meal number 5, we have some broccoli, some asparagus, 155 grams of 85% lean ground beef. So you want to be having some healthy fats later in the day. It's going to help you sleep better and whatnot, and also of course some protein in. And then we also have 120 grams of jasmine rice. With that, I also take EcoVision Echo Z's sleep formula. This right here has a little bit of melatonin to mellow you out. And then also, you know, some good ingredients to really help you improve your REM sleep and whatnot. I also have my blue light glasses on, and I will chug this down with a glass of water. I also take my magnesium threonate and glycinate supplements around this time. It's really going to help relax your muscles in your body for you to fall asleep faster. And then whenever it comes to my night routine, I turn off my phone around 30 minutes before going to bed, 30 to 45 minutes. I make sure to wear my blue light glasses. I have a sleep mask, nose strips, I do mouth tape. I absolutely love those. And then I will also read a book for like 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how tired I actually am before I fall asleep. You know, a lot of you guys, oh, I struggle falling asleep. But then, you know, your night routine is just scrolling, and then turning your phone off and wondering why you can't fall asleep. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this full day of eating. We crushed leg day today. And tomorrow is a nice rest day, which I'm excited for because I am quite fried. But yeah, it's 9:30 p.m. Smash this meal, go on a 15-minute walk, and head to bed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. God bless. Jesus loves you, and stay safe out there. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Bye.